Infernal Shrines, everybody, is our map between TCM and TSM. It's not really TSM, it's the Sandwich Monkeys. And TCM is, of course, Team Cooler Master. But yeah, we have the two of them going up against each other here in the round of 8, the quarterfinal of the End of the Storm Euro qualifier. The last qualifier, because it gets serious. And well, right now we have Infernal Shrines, and I love the map here. Again, of course, what is it all about at the start? Khaldor's Tyrande. That's going to be the important part. Teams branch out then later on in the drafting and other heroes. This is a map where we've seen Vikings, where we've seen Abathar play, where we've seen like so many different heroes that it's actually beautiful. And, well, TSM right now, the Sandwich Monkeys, they're actually going for a Sonya ban right off the bat. So TCM is more or less forced into a ban on Tyrande unless they're saying, hey, we don't have a problem going up against her, which is a bit unlikely. So we are probably going to see the Sandwich Monkeys with an early Khaldor here. AoE still reigns supreme on this map. It's incredibly powerful if you're going for those fights on the Infernal Shrines and you're trying to not only damage the opponent's heroes, but at the same time also take a few of those minions down. So that's one of the things that you can actually do here. So that's what we're currently doing at that point. A Zagara ban! We're going to see a Tyrande. Tyrande is allowed, and TSM, the Sandwich Monkeys, they are now in a position where they have basically say, alright, are we going to take her, or are we going to like follow it up with something else? Grenham, thanks my friend for the sub. Thank you very much, my friend, for the support here. It's very much appreciated. And there it is, Khaldor's. Khaldor's taken. Who needs Tyrande? To who? So TCM, I suppose, at this point, they're going to go into stun. Yeah, there's Tyrande, there's our girl. And with that, Muradin, Diablo, ETC, those are the tanks that you really want to go for. But with all three of them available yet, none banned out, it means that they can take something else, and they take Thrall. So TCM have Tyrande, Thrall locked down. They are guaranteed that they're going to get one of the three big tanks that combo off so well with Tyrande. And the Sandwich Monkeys. Now, I'm very curious to see what exactly they are drafting here, because at this point, I have to admit that I am a bit surprised. They could go for a bit more area of effect damage and just like try to dominate those Infernal Shrine fights. At this point, I suppose locking down at least one of those frontliners would be smart. I mean, they can ban one out, pick one, and force TCM into one a specific one of these three tanks. That would really work for them. And they're already starting to do it with a ban, or a pick in this case, on Muradin, which I completely understand. It's a great choice here. And the Johanna for the area effect. So Muradin as the frontliner that really takes a lot of damage. Johanna is in a similar situation. We've already seen that combo played earlier today, and it's very difficult to just break through it. They played it in the last game very successfully at that. So far, actually, the Sandwich Monkeys are drafting the exact same lineup that they used in the last match on Dragonshire. But Johanna has also, with Knight takes Pawn, then on level 1, of course, the ability to just like suck all these minions in on the Infernal Shrine and get that damage in. So for TCM, it's now a bit of a different question. For them, it's now really like the matter, okay, which hero do we ban out now? They already banned Zagara, which was a very crucial part of the setup that we saw for the Sandwich Monkeys in the last game. Different map, though. Keep that in mind. I mean, you have to, of course, cater with your heroes to the map as well. And Zagara, on especially Dragonshire, is incredibly powerful. So in this case, she's also very strong on Infernal Shrines, but banned out already. The Sandwich Monkeys can substitute that. A lot of teams go into Sylvanas on these maps and try to use her. Reyna is banned out now, first of all, for the damage potential that he, of course, has. And I would suppose that we're either going to see a ban on ETC or a ban on Diablo now. And it is the Diablo ban. Diablo has the better engage. ETC offers a bit more utility, but Diablo has, of course, the Apocalypse. He has the better engage overall, so he's a bit more dangerous, especially in the early game. So Sandwich Monkeys don't want to go up against that. They ban Diablo out. That leaves ETC for the combo with Tyrande. They could decide to go for something different. I mean, we've seen every now and then, not often, but every now and then we still see an Arthas. It happens very rarely, though. But it is very likely that an ETC is now going to be played. And we have, first of all, Auric. That's the part that really brings, again, the area effect damage in with the Skeleton Swing. They can go for ETC now, but they don't really have to. I mean, you could, for example, combo the Tyrande off with the Tacita at this point, and that would really help Thrall as well. Then suddenly you have the shields now too. If you do that, though, then I would say that going into ETC would be a bit of overkill. And they don't. They go for a Jaina instead. Jaina together with Tyrande. To be honest with you, I even forgot that she was still in the draft. My bad. Jaina, of course, offers that extra damage with the Blizzard. I mean, I've been talking about it during the last draft of the last game, how Jaina and Tyrande are such a great composition and usually played with Muradin if you get the chance. So for TCM, at this point, they don't have a healer yet. They play a lot with Tassadar, and I think they are going into a Tassadar once again. It's of course the question if they really feel that it's alright to go just simply for the shields against this Tyrande composition, but they love to play a Tassadar as a solo support, and they do that again. TCM, as predicted, with a Tassadar choice, and now they need a bit of damage. And Vala would be great. Vala Sylvanas would be my personal preferred picks here. A Falstad can offer a great utility and is very good. The benefit of having a Vala in your setup or a Sylvanas is that first of all with Vala you have more AoE damage during those fights on the shrine, so it's easier for you to actually claim the objective. With Sylvanas you have more pushing power on lane once that you get this Punisher actually. So both of these heroes, I would go for one of the girls. And well, that might be what they're looking into right now. Would be my personal choice. I think both of these heroes would be amazing. I would prefer them over the Falstad in this case, even though Falstad can be a lifesaver, as we all know, with a Mighty Gust, and also has very solid damage potential. But yeah, this is going to be one of those choices where personal preference is going to play a massive role as well. I mean, you can make strong arguments for all of these heroes, and there's also other heroes that you can take at this point. But in the end, coming into that last pick, that's a lot of personal preference in here. So, yeah, Tyrande and Jaina, they go into the Falstad, they decide to go for the Falstad option, and TCM at this point now, they can think about, okay, do we need a little bit more damage in here? Do we want to have a bit more support? Do we go into the second frontliner? If so, is it going to be ETC, or are we going to choose to do something different here? So a solid setup already for the Sandwich Monkeys. Sandwich Monkeys, as we said before, they love to play Tassadar solo. It's actually very, very common for them. In the European scene, Tassadar solo is played a lot more often than on the other servers, but it's very strong, and a lot of the European teams heavily rely on it. The Team Cooler Master now, I mean, they can play this in different ways. We've been talking about this already quite a bit. You can also, for example, go into a double support here if you really wanted to, and add a Brightwing to the setup to also go for a little bit of split push experience. That could really help, but yeah, not sure. Not quite sure how exactly they're going to play this. They have really like 3 different roles that they can still incorporate into this particular composition. It just depends on what they feel they need to do. And they go for what I said earlier, that ETC composition. ETC together with Leoric, so they have Tyrande. ETC slides in, Tyrande gets the stun in. They could have tried to go with Thrall and also with the lockdown on the Wolves, but that kind of makes sense. On the damage side, though, they are a little bit limited. This is the problem that they currently have. Tyrande could go for a bit more of damage potentially here. Corvash with a resub as well. My friend, thanks for the support here. And I guess that also concludes our draft. So we're going to go into the game on Infernal Shrines and find out which of these 2 teams is going to make it to the semifinal. The game is on, everybody. We have Infernal Shrines. I love to cast games on the map. They're always entertaining. They're always fun. The Punishers make up for a very nice action and experience here, at least from a caster's perspective, of course. We have currently the Sandwich Monkeys going up against Team Cooler Master, and to the left side of the map, AD for the Sandwich Monkeys on Kelthas, Steer on Falstad, Snow on Johanna again. We have BKB on Muradin, and Sport Billy is playing on Tassadar. Solo support here for the team, which they absolutely love to play. And sometimes it even gets target banned against them. To the right side of the map, Team Cooler Master with Zarmany on Leoric, Remabol on ETC, Holocarantus on Thrall, Devis on Jaina, and Ace of Spades is playing Tyrande. And yeah, already Zarmany with the team here. I mean, formerly he was playing for Team Na'Vi. There was a bit of a switch actually after BlizzCon when Zarmany, formerly a player for Dignitas, switched over to Na'Vi. Na'Vi sent, I think it was Shrimpy plus JPL to Dignitas, but by now Zarmany ended up in Team Cooler Master here for TCM, as you can see. So there's still a little bit of flux in the European scene, as you can already tell. I mean, it's getting a bit confusing at some point, but the teams are starting to stabilize a little bit more. There are still changes happening, but it's not as much anymore as after Prague, when basically like most of the teams more or less collapsed. So we have a bit of a brawl in the mid lane, nothing really too fancy yet, no victims in this case. When it comes to talents, we see the auto attack build for Falstad, which sees marksman commitment here for him. And we're having at the same time also Knight takes pawn now. Reverberation build for Muradin, especially powerful of course against Thrall, and for Tyrande we are seeing in this case the Ranger's Mark. Now, it's interesting actually to see Tyrande go for Ranger's Mark. Personally, my personal opinion is that going into Tyrande as a solo support, the Owl build is by far the strongest, because it gives you the most healing numbers. It gives you the strongest heal. The reason for that is actually quite simple. A lot of people still think that Owl build means that you're trying to go for damage. Which is actually kind of true, because you can get a lot of damage out with it as well if you go into Pierce and Ranger then on 16. But the whole idea is that with Empower, you are able to lower the cooldowns every time you hit a hero. So if you go for Empower and Pierce on level 1 and level 4, the cooldown reduction is pretty much incredible, and you get even more heals out during the entire game, which is of course very powerful after you hit level 13 for overflowing light on Tyrande. And let's not forget that it also reduces the cooldown on Shadowstalk, which you more or less can spam out then, and that helps you also to get all of this. So we have, once again, the team starting to rotate here. The Shrine is active 1 minute and 30 seconds into the game. The teams haven't gone for it yet because level 4 is more important to them. It happens very often if you look at competitive games, that they are not going for the Shrines, for the minions, before they are close to level 4 so that they get the extra talent. And in this case, BKB and his boys, they're getting a slight lead in the minion count. Level 4 by now hit for both of them. And again, we have Fealty onto Death, a talent that has become a lot more popular on Leoric. It's not all about Heart and Bones anymore. Nice lockdown against Mirrodin. He gets away BKB with a very good jump here. That was actually a close call for him. Leeching Plasma for Tacita. He is the solo support for the team, and they love to play him like this. We're having Tyrande going on level 4. Wow. Into the healing ward. Okay. On this map, it can actually be quite nice at a healing ward in the back so that you have a point of retreat where you can move back and get a couple of hit points back. Chain Lightning build for Thrall, and both of the teams with roughly the same amount of minions. Healing ward positioning, absolutely great, loving it. But we have now, yep, Sandwich Monkeys in a bit of a better spot. Can they push that back though? Because in terms of minions, it's still the exact same. Styr with nice reaction here. Moving away immediately. Tyrande trying to get her damage in. And Johanna is down, but the Punisher is secured. Johanna sacrificing herself. Snow is dead, but the Punisher has been taken. The Mortal Punisher. They should be able to go through the wall, at least soak a bit of extra experience, and that should be worth it. But if you just look at experience overall, it's actually pretty sweet what TCM did here. They are slightly ahead. It's going to equalize again once that this wall falls, especially with the Fawcett now down at the bot lane. But they're also attempting for a bit of a flank against ADRD, who reacts just in time and moves away here. The wall actually still intact. There was nobody really here to help out. Instead, they split their heroes onto the lanes and try to soak experience there. So at the bottom lane, we have currently Styr in position. Up to the top, we are seeing BKB and also Johanna starting to move into the mid lane. Level 7 is of course going to be the next talent for both of the teams. But this is a pretty important match here. I actually kind of like this. First of all, we need some points for TCM. They are, I think, qualified, but they are very, very much at the bottom of the ranking right now of the standings. So if they qualify, then it will be with a pretty bad seeding if they don't advance throughout the next ranks of the tournament. Sandwich Monkeys, they are close to overtaking Na'Vi, who currently have the top spot in the standings. But still, they of course want to reach the finals here as well. Or, well, at least for now it would be the semi-finals if you win this one. But for TCM it would be very good to actually win this, because that would secure them a spot for sure. And then they would be in a very good position for the playoffs, which are going to start then soon enough. So this is the last qualifier, guys. Playoffs are going to be amazing. They're going to be great. Group stage first. Leoric here is down. And, well, he went on level 7 for the Ghastly Reach. Level 7 talents are in. We have on Johanna a full Condemn build, by the way, this time with Eternal Retaliation and also Conviction. And this is an adjustment to the map. Like, of course you've seen this build before, but right now, if you watch all of the games today already, then you know that Snow so far has changed his build on Johanna every single time, depending on the composition of his team or on what the opponent is running or the map. And in this case, having Eternal Retaliation on level 4 is just an adjustment that he made because of the objective. If you get that cooldown reduction every single time, then you can spam out Condemn and with Night Takes Pawn dish so much damage out on the objective that you have a very nice time trying to go for those Punishers. So that's the main reason why we see now Conviction and also Eternal Retaliation taken on Johanna. Besides that, we have Just Keep Rocking. They're seeing follow through again. It is Frostbitten on Jaina, and Tyrande went into the Lunar Blaze here. So not really the build that we oftentimes see from Tyrande solo supports, but still a strong build, and a build, of course, that we've all seen being played. That adjustment on the healing ward is more or less something that has been put in because of the map. It really works well for those fights on those shrines, as we already saw in the last one. Once again, the teams are here. Fawcett is up at the top, by the way. It's a 4 versus 5. They're apparently trying to delay long enough so that they get the level 10 even. I don't really see that happening, but Styr is moving in, and they are apparently good to go here. It's going to be a Frost Punisher, so it's not going to be one of those super strong Arcane Punishers. So apparently they are absolutely alright going up against that and saying like, hey, as long as Forza takes down a few of the towers up at the top, we're going to be good. And they get level 10. They will get it, but I highly doubt that they're going to be able to do more than that. Oh, the kill potentially against ADRD, and yes! He was a bit too far out, but Tyranta, blown away as well. The last bomb that Khaldor threw out to Kurapod. Falstad is flying in now, but the Punisher has been taken. Mighty Gust being used. One kill against Snow, the counter kill against Thrall. They're trying to go for Jaina. Oh, he misses the Storm Bolt. BKB, oh my god. And Styr finishes it off with a kill. And they actually got the Punisher too. I could have sworn it was the red team, but it wasn't. They got it. Unbelievable. What a play by the Sandwich Monkeys. Crazy stuff. They lose one or two of their heroes, but they dominate the fight again. They've played a 4 versus 5 during the entire Infernal Shrine. With Falstad at the top, they hit the level 10, he flies in, Mighty Gust them, they get the kills out of it. It's 4 kills against 3, they got the 2 Punishers, and now they are just like dominating this map. 2 levels ahead already. The Sandwich Monkeys, they are currently showing how it's done here. What a play, and these guys, I mean, they are really rocking it, aren't they? Up at the top lane, we have Snow still on his Dire Wolf, he already pushed that in. And in the mid lane, there's a bit of a battle happening, and oh, everybody goes straight for ETC. ET who? Yeah, exactly. He's dead already, didn't survive for too long, and now that the Water Elemental is dealt with, they might even be able to move in and take another hero. Nah, Zamani already moved away. That didn't happen. As the Orug abilities, we have, by the way, Shadowstalk, Water Elemental, Sundering, Mosh Pit, and also the March of the Black King chosen. And on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys, we of course saw the Orug abilities already in play. And, well, currently at the bot lane, I mean, camps are being taken right now. The map so far is in control of the Sandwich Monkeys. They played this very well. They have 5 kills against 3 right now. What they're of course going to try and do is just establish a little bit more presence here on those lanes to get the experience for level 13 so that they can fight for the next shrine with an advantage. Look at that cooldown reduction. I mean, it is insane. If you hit one of those massive waves with Eternal Retaliation Condemn, you have a 1 second cooldown and that is it. So now, once more, another camp taken. They're starting to move to the top, trying to gust him away, but not happening. Instead, Styr, oh, he's going down. That's Sundering. Well played. I mean, they got a bit greedy there, but they still get the kill against Thrall. But of course, like, Styr could have had a chance of moving away there. That Sundering really just counteracted that. Chain Lightning is now ready. We have a push at the top and a counter push up at the bottom of the map. They're currently seeing as a level 13 talent. Also Spell Shield used for Johanna. Wants to be super safe against Tyranta and also Jaina so that she doesn't die during these fights. Gracians for Tacita. We're seeing now a Thunderstrike taken for the extra damage on Muradin. And everybody moves over to the top to go for the Shrine fight. Level 13 is actually going to be close. It's going to be ready for Team TSM. The Team Cooler Master is going to go for it. But if they lose Rema Baller before that fight happens, that would be a disaster. He dashes away, but now he's extremely low, and that really doesn't help their cause. Level 13 talents are now finally in play for Cooler Master, and that allows them to go in. Already we're seeing the Crushing Hope. Showstopper taken for ETC. He's needing it. He needs more sustain. Spell Shield for Thrall. Ice Block and Overwhelming Light. Once again, everybody on the spot, and this time we could see Team Cooler Master trying to push the Sandwich Monkeys back and put in their place. Zarman is at the front. Heroic abilities are all up. If they get a good mosh pit out of this one, and the follow-up damage with Jaina, that would help a lot. The Water Elemental is already down, helps to control these fights a bit, but of course you give up quite a bit of burst damage that you could add to a mosh pit. So Ring of Frost is in that case oftentimes the better choice, but what they want here is control, and slow the Water Elemental is pretty much amazing. Sundering being used, they're going in, Devis survives at least for now. Here comes the fight, Holo is low and in comes BKB, and down goes Thrall. Already we have them pushing Rema Baller away again. He's trying to move through. BKB should have a Stormbolt ready in a second. He's going to try and jump in and get one of these guys. Are they following it up? Here he comes, but he's moving away for now. Leoric is dead. The Punisher has been taken, and the Arcane Punisher is making his way over. BKB is still zoning over here. We have everybody starting to move straight onto the top lane. They go maybe even for the camp? No, they soak experience again. Falstad is flying down to the bot lane, trying to make sure that his team is even getting farther ahead in EXP. Since Leoric is still down for another couple of seconds, there's no problem with that. and they also take the camp over here. Snow takes the camp, Falsa takes the experience at the bottom, the rest of the team breaks through the wall, the Arcane Punisher is starting to push in the keep, and Falstad is delivering more and more experience and tries to bring them to level 16. Zarmany low, uses his ult, or used it earlier, starts to push through, but now everybody's just like moving away for now. ADRD even with the quick gravity lapse against ETC to make sure that nothing's going to happen over there. Down to the bot lane. Styr already eliminated tower number 1 and is going for the second one. Has to fly away though, but level 16 is going to be ready for them, and that's all that they really needed at this point. With the damage output, we have 28,000 now on the side of Khaldor. We're having at the same time also, when we're looking at False at 15,000, pretty solid numbers here actually. The healing numbers on Tyrande at 22,000, comparing that to TSaM with 21,000, just showcases once again that he is in a position where he can solo support his team. They've been playing very well with him now so far. We're seeing Hammer Time taken, Imposing Presence, Stoneform, Dimensional Warp, and of course the Arcane Barrier here. And with those talents and still a very significant lead in experience, it's very likely that the next fight is also going to happen with an advantage for the Sandwich Monkeys. 8 kills against 4 after TCM at the start of the game was able to do quite a bit of solid work. They are now falling farther and farther behind it. They can't simply match this onslaught because they do not have that extra talent. So the walls are being destroyed, the vision is taken away, another fort eliminated, and that only leaves the keeps for Team Cooler Master. And again they rotate in, they're trying to go for Zarmany, and they are going to get that kill. Yeah, they lock him down after the Wraith Walk, and that's the kill that they were hoping for. Once again, Leoki is down, and they go in with the chain bombs to drop one tower, and maybe even push in a little bit farther. But with the Shrine now activated again in 25 seconds, they're already making their way over to the position. Polo is attempting to get experience up at the top lane for this team, and he will get them to level 16 eventually. I mean, they only need like 2-3 more minions, and that's about it. They're starting to rotate around again, but it's going to be one of those 16 versus 16 fights. And that basically means that it's still a chance for Team Cooler Master to turn this game around. There's still a very good chance for them to make that happen. They have now also an imposing presence on Leoric. He basically just said, hey, they jump me all the time, let's go for it. Speed metal taken, fork lighting is going to be great for the follow through. If you have 2 of those charges, you get even more damage out of your auto attacks. Northern exposure, and we're seeing the aura taken for Tyrande. And the fight is starting. A great healing ward once again, not taken out yet. Here comes on the other end, the Condemn. The blow against Falstad. Great move, Tyrande with a very nice stun here. Anticipating it. Snow also low, and this is exactly what Team Cooler Master was hoping for. A chance to secure a Punisher for themselves. It's a 5 versus 4 again. They're still 1.5 levels behind, but now they have 29, 30 of the minions already secured for themselves, and they are going to get the Punisher here. They can't lose a hero now, though. They really need to capitalize on it if they want to come back into this game. They're still behind, and they need to change that. It is a frozen Punisher that comes into play right now, moving to the bottom of the map already. They haven't killed a single fort yet. That's a lot of experience and structures that they can still gather if they go for all of those, and that's what they're trying here. Rema Baller moving away, is in position here, could go for a mosh pit, hasn't used it just yet, it's still ready. They could go in for it. He's looking for an opportunity here. The rest of the team is moving away now, though. Shadowstalk could be used, but Thrall had to move to the top lane to defend the keep. So they can't push in harder with that Punisher. And that means that that keep is actually surviving. Or is it? Ah, barely. Barely surviving here. 17 versus 18 the levels right now. And a pretty interesting situation here now for TCM. I mean, Cooler Master was able to really make that work, but now they are still a level behind. They haven't really taken any structures down. They need to go down and just like poke that fort to at least secure the experience for themselves. And they're trying to go for the kill. But nice reaction here with the force wall, with the lockdown immediately. Has a lot of stuns and disables on the side of Team Sandwich Monkeys. I mean, let's be honest about it. They have on basically every single hero, with the exception of TSaM at this point, a stun or something that can just like push an opponent away. So right now, Devis, Remaballer, and Ace, oh, here comes the initiate, they go in, Force Wall is being used, and Tyrande says bye-bye and is eliminated. Yeah, well, so far Tyrande not really coming through as much as they were hoping. Everybody's talking about the strength of the hero, and I mean, it's not, like, you can't deny how strong Tyrande is right now. But of course, in this case, it shows that the Sandwich Monkeys made a good decision giving her up. I mean, they had the choice to actually say, hey, we're going to take Tyrande, and instead they just said, no, we want Kael'thas. We want Kael'thas and Tassadar. You can have Tyrande, and that's exactly what they said, what they did, and it pays off for them. The kill against Thrall after the Tyrande death is just proving the point once again. Leoric is at the bottom lane, trying to get experience for his team. Not sure if that was necessarily needed, but he's at least securing the kill against the fort. Up to the top, we're seeing Rimmerballer moving away. And, oh, Holocarantas, getting a bit salty here. Doesn't like his Hungarian internet, apparently having a bit of a problem, and he was trying to move away with Thrall here. He got isolated then with the Force Wall as well, so apparently he had a bit of a ping issue here, according to him. Shrine is activated at the top lane again, but for now, Sandwich Monkeys are just saying, hey, we're going to take those camps again. So they move over from camp to camp, take one after another, and it's actually looking pretty solid for them, with now all of those lanes pushing, with the exception of the top lane, for the Sandwich Monkeys. And what they want before this starts is, you guessed it, the Storm Talents, level 20. And I'm not sure if they can actually get it. I mean, they would have to go over and take a few of those, but they don't. I mean, it's still a 5 versus 4. If they get a hero kill, of course, that would be enough as well. And they're already starting to move in up at the top here. They're going for a couple of these minions. That alone should help too. And yep, there we go. So they have level 20 now. The minion XP was enough, and that leaves us with Indestructible with a Force Barrier. Well, Bolt of the Storm already for Falstad, Epic Mountain for Falstad, and Bolt of the Storm for Kael'thas. They go in again, Leoric is nearly dead, they go for a kill against Kael'thas, he blinks away, Mighty Gust used. Nice move there. It's the Storm Talents that are the biggest problem right now. 12 against 10 minion stacks, but everybody is low for the Sandwich Monkeys. And up at the top, Snow was just trying to get a few more minion stacks for his team, and he did exactly that. Holo is now in position, Zarmany as well. They're waiting for the next wave to spawn here. And it's coming in. ADRD already used his Arcane Barrier and is rather low. ETC with a mosh pit gets interrupted immediately by BKB, and ETC finds himself in the middle of 4 heroes and gets taken out. ETC down, and now the chase is on the Sandwich Monkeys. They want the kills. They go for Jaina. BKB moves in. Leoric with his heroic ability, but he's immediately isolated as well, trying to move away. Now, once again, we're seeing the Mighty Gust being used. Holo is a little bit low over here. Leoric dies down at the bottom. On the other hand, it's time for Thrall to fall as well, and it's a triple kill now overall against Team Cooler Master. The Sandwich Monkeys are in a great spot, and guys, let's not forget, these lanes have been pushing the entire time. We had waves on all of these lanes, camps for the Sandwich Monkeys. They push it in, and they are looking good doing it. Once again, we're seeing them with a dominant performance here. And in this case, they are going to try and secure that Mortar Punisher. They actually wait a bit so that everybody can move up to the top, so they don't waste any time. They want to go for maybe even a kill move here. They have the level 20. I guess eventually it's going to end up in the hands of Team Cooler Master as well. They have 3 heroes back up. ETC now coming in as the 4th. If they get level 20, they have a chance in the team fight, but this Punisher 20 minutes into the game is of course pretty strong, and this is not going to be easy. 14 kills against 5 now in the game, and we see them starting to rotate in. Falstad is still a little bit farther out. Zarmany! Oh, gets healed by Ace of Spades, but he had to use Shadowstalk. Shadowstalk is out, Zarmany survives, Healing Ward drop. They save Leoric somehow, God knows how. The Punisher actually in the mid lane right now. He wants to have a little bit more fun. He wants to get the extra experience killing buildings here. And they're going straight in for keep number 2. So yeah, works out perfectly for them. They wanted to take a couple of keeps down as well. And once again, we're seeing Leoric with the March of the Black King. But down here, the fight continues with an Iceberg on Jaina, securing her for a couple of seconds, bolting away as they have a level 20 talent now too. But we immediately steer moving in, trying to use the Epic Mount. Went in a bit too deep. Barrels away immediately. Spectral Legion Leoric trying to keep him alive. Everybody starting to really drop in experience and hit points, of course. They kill against Leoric. They kill against Jane, against Tyrande, the other thingy. And we are going straight for a kill against Kael'thas, but it doesn't matter as Thrall is dead and ETC is dying. Jaina is the only one surviving. Nearly the kill against Shion Falstad as well. The Punisher is down, but Demis is the only survivor, and he won't be able to make this happen, especially since he is dropped now too. This is game and the end for Team Cooler Master. GG, well played. The Sandwich Monkeys, they advance again. They move on to the semi-final of the last Enter the Storm qualifier here in Europe. Great play here, well done, and a pretty entertaining game also on Infernal Shrines here. GG, well played, and congratulations to the Sandwich Monkeys for moving on to the semi-finals.
And that is it, everybody. GG and well played. The game's over, and therefore also the video for today here on Khaldor TV. We had another great Heroes of the Storm match, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also hope that you enjoyed the commentary, of course. So thank you very much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to Khaldor TV yet, you should definitely hit that sub button as well. If you have some friends that like Heroes of the Storm, then definitely make sure that you show them the channel and also the video. There's a lot more where that came from. We're going to have like continuous content throughout the next few weeks with more Heroes of the Storm matches played, not only on the European server, but also on the North American server, in tournaments, in leagues, and more than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you had some fun. It was a pleasure casting for you. And I'm going to see you next time with even more videos here on the channel. So have a great day and see you soon. Bye-bye.